there he's done his MCing obviously beforehand with your Slum Village. You know, it's really Slum Village. I think came out in 1999. That's why they weren't in my top 10. If I'm wrong about that, guys, too, because I halfway forgot about that. But Fantastic Volume 2, if it came out in 2000, certainly would be in my top 13, whatever the heck I got here. But yeah, I thought, you know, it's just Dilla. Just here's a guy. Not that he's saying anything lyrically that's like, oh my God, he said what? But I mean, the fact that you got a guy that has the type of cadence and knows how to flow over his beats, that's what you get when you listen to Rough Draft. I thought it was absolutely exceptional. I thought that beat wise, it's, you know, on a scale of 10, it's a 12. You know, because this is a guy that definitely it goes away from what's traditional in hip hop, just much like Madlib does. They don't go and say, okay, this is how you got to make it happen. No, they make, when everybody's making a left, they're making it right, and vice versa. That's just what it is for me. Right. And because all the instrumentals are incredibly dope to them. Yeah, I gave you a couple of them joints to flow to. Right. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, excuse my language before I say this, but he has a song on there called "Fuck the Police." And it's not like the NWA version. It's different. The beat is definitely different, but I think it's absolutely off the hook, man. The drums is banging on that. Yeah, J Dilla is definitely one of the greatest producers, and again, rest in peace. Big up Detroit. Now moving on. JD. J Dilla, welcome to Detroit. Oh, okay. Again, but what's is this J Dilla Day? Is this it's always J Dilla Day. You're right. Don't say every day is J Dilla Day. I'm tripping. Get it, man. Every day J Dilla Day. My bad. You know, this is him. Welcome to Detroit, and this was done on the 2001. 2001 on that record label from I want to say BBC Records, if I'm not correct, which I think is based out of Britain, England. Okay. At any rate. I mean, it's a beat clinic. Is what Welcome to Detroit is. From Think Twice to, you know, I think I first heard Fat Cat is on there. You know, blessing the beat on that. I don't know if Guilty Simpson's on there, but Frankie Dank certainly is on there. It's an album that if they didn't spit some of that craziness on that album, you could kind of play it just and be chilling like with your parents or something like that. Because Think Twice is on there, which is kind of a remake from Donald Byrd's Think Twice from back in the 70s. Who's a jazz guy? If you don't know who Donald Byrd is, yeah, it's an absolute beat clinic. And then, you know, J Dilla himself rhymes on the thing. Very eclectic album, and I think some of the beats on that album reminds me of this guy that I listened to called Gennaro Jarrell. And as far as that you know, the way that some of the beats are, some of the Brazilian grooves, if you will, even on some of those, because some of the beats aren't even traditional hip hop beats necessarily, but I think it's a well put together album for sure. Definitely. Okay, moving up to number 9. Yes, Pete Rock, Peace-trumentals. Peace-trumentals, man. What's up with that, son? Man, Peace-trumentals. 2001, by the way. You know, he put that joint out. That was also done on the same record label. Okay. You know, and it's funny. I think what it was that record label at the time. I don't know if they still do it or not, but they wanted to get one of the better hip hop producers. They wanted them just to go say, look, I'm going to put you in the studio, you guys do whatever the heck you want. So that's crazy. So that's what happened with the J Dilla album that I just talked about, Welcome to Detroit. It also happened with Peace-trumentals. And the cool thing about Peace-trumentals, man, is that they had two, it was all instrumental except for 2 songs. Okay, one was called Cake and one is called Nothing Lesser. And it's by this group that's called the UN, that's also out of New York City, and they murdered those 2 songs on there, and the beats are just absolutely crazy. And the cool thing about the instrumental hip hop album is that you can play it, you know, without like, okay, you're looking for MCs, you don't necessarily look for them, you just let it go, man. I think it's absolutely exceptional. I mean, look, man, Pete Rock put his ankle in that album, man. Now it's funny because I'm always looking for, I don't know what CL Smooth and Pete Rock need to do to kind of kiss and make up, because I know they've had some beef, but they need to get together. Nobody to this day still has the chemistry, in my opinion, that Pete Rock and CL Smooth had on there. Really? Yeah, that's exceptional chemistry, dude. But at any rate, I thought that's one of the better albums of the decade. Okay. All right, another one. Here's something that kind of shocked me about your list here. Quasimodo. Quasimodo, Unseen, 2000. Quasimodo is something like, and this is like, okay, you got level backpackers. You got a 6. What's the highest level? Well, actually 13. Or I'm sorry, 15 is the highest level. I mean, that's a master backpacker. Okay. I mean, but if you're level 10 backpacker, that means you are pretty deep. You got to be 15. You got to be at 15.
Okay.
For the Unseen, because the Unseen obviously is a solo album. Really, it's Madlib's solo album, and it was quirky in that he rhymes with his alter ego Quasimodo. That's why it sounds like this. That's why it sounds like he's on helium.
Yeah.
But beat wise, oh my God. This is another thing. I mean, you talk about the quirkiness of Madlib's beats, and this is kind of a certified classic type thing anyway. So a lot of people who don't know, and it's really Madlib was with him producing, and I think rhymed with the Loot Pack back in like the late '90s. Okay, the Loot Pack actually was kind of the loosely associated with like the Alcoholics and people like that out on the West Coast. At any rate, the Unseen comes out. And you know, like I said, I didn't know what to make of it, because if you don't know anything about these guys, you play it, it's going to be one of the most weird albums you're ever going to hear. Anyways, it is weird. But after multiple listens, you really give it a good listen, and you see where they was coming from with this. I mean, beat wise, it's absolutely exceptional. Astro Black, you know, MFB, MHB. Right? MHB is Money Hungry. You know who's. I mean, just the beats were absolutely extreme. I love the fact that he rhymed like that over those beats, because it's different. I love different, and it made it an eclectic album. Okay. So yeah, I thought that's without question one of my better albums of the decade.
Okay, now the reason, really quick, I'm just going to say something about Quasimodo that, you know, is that I know we definitely have our different tastes now. I love Quasimodo, and I love this album. I mean, but I know you probably loved it because of the beat selection. The beats in there are crazy. I was about to curse. Now the beats on this are crazy. Okay. But because of the voice. Because of the play,
it's a hard listen. Yeah, if you don't, you might be hard listening.
And I know your taste. Your taste is usually like a very no nonsense type of deal lyrically. So I'm thinking to myself, why would Muff like this?
You know what it is? Because I love anytime you do something that's out of the ordinary, something that's different. It was different. No rapper would think to do anything like this to me. You know what I mean? That's why it totally made sense afterwards for MF Doom to hook up with Madlib, because he's a quirky MC. I mean, I'm not saying that Quasimodo, who's Madlib's alter ego, is the same guy. Because it's not like lyrically, like, oh my God. But I mean, the fact that he rhymes like that over his beats, I just thought it made for a really interesting album to me. And I just
MF Doom almost has his own little superhero, of his own. It's a great marriage together. So I'll move on.
Okay.
Reflection Eternal, Talib Kweli and DJ High Tech. So speak on this. What's
train of thought, man?
Yes, sir.
I mean, first of all, High Tech. It's funny because remember listening to this album, I thought that High Tech would be really that dude beat wise who was gonna. When I heard this in 2002, I thought he was gonna murder the decade. And to me, he didn't really murder the decade of DJ High Tech beat wise, like I thought he was.
No.
But this album, he put his ankle in it.
Okay.
And I thought that him and Talib Kweli had a very good chemistry on this album. And it plays very well. It very consistently plays. It's kind of a mellow type vibe. But yeah, just the whole album, and this is during Rawkus's heyday, the Rawkus Records heyday. You guys don't know the story of Rawkus Records. I urge you to go Google Rawkus.
Google it.
Or the early Rawkus specifically, and just the sound bombing. I know we're going to go into that in a second here.
Right.
But I thought the Reflection Eternal was a very good album, and to this day, of all the Talib Kweli albums, I thought that this was still his best album. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think Train of Thought was his best album that he's put out. I really did.
Okay.
No, but that's debatable. I understand. That's something that I understand people not agreeing. Some people are going to say this sound, some people are going to say, what about that? Boom, boom, boom. And I understand it. But for me, Reflection Eternal is that album.
Okay, because Talib Kweli is my man. He was like my number 2 MC. He was in my top 5. He was my number 2.
How wrong with you?
But anyway, moving on.
I love Talib Kweli, by the way.
Yeah, he's a great MC. He's the MC's MC, like I said. But anyway, moving on to number 13, Mos Def and Talib Kweli.
Mos Def. Well, did we get
I'm sorry. Mos Def.
Well, I'll do that. I'll go back to what we missed.
Okay, Mos Def and Talib Kweli. We Are Black Star 2002. I'm sorry, I skipped over
another Rawkus heyday, Rawkus Records.
Yes, sir.
Dude. I mean, you talk about chemistry between two guys.
Oh,
these guys need to make more records together often. That's what the game's been missing.
Yeah, I thought after this record, I was praying that
found some new shit.
I thought that was going to be a group action. Yes. I was praying that it was going to be
like that. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess they are going to make an album together.
Okay,
but Mos Def turned around and became like this really good, and great, even movie star throughout the 2000 decades.
He's just a great entertainer altogether.
So I'm sure they don't really have the time to really get in the studio and bang things out. But I mean, the chemistry they put together on the Black Star album, I mean, that album bangs from beginning to end.
Yes.
You're talking about now, come on, that thing, I know we on the same page with that. You can play that today and let it go, whether it's, the Black Star, whether it's, what's the one with the KRS beat?
Oh, Brooklyn, New York City, where they pay millions of Biggie and Cash We Trust. Oh my goodness, Talib killed it.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Most definitely Talib Kweli.
The definition, right?
The definition.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
oh my goodness, that.
Oh my God, Black Star, the
video.
Song,
don't even get me started because you know what? I can say that. I can
all get down. Yeah,
I mean, this is your thing, but I'm not gonna say that. I can sit here and talk all day about that album, but you go ahead.
It was absolutely exceptional, man. The Black Star album. I mean, Brown Skin Lady. Oh, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you know what? Let me add one more because I'm gonna be fair here. And I didn't cue you up for one. It's gonna turn out to be 14. I meant to put this on the list here, but I have to give a special shout out because it kind of doesn't qualify because it's really a various artist album.
Okay.
Maybe because it didn't come out in 2000, but no, I had to. At any rate, I'm gonna give it out anyway. Sound Bombing 2.
Sound Bombing 2, excellent.
You know what
album,
I mean?
yes.
That's another album because Getting Mine and the 1999. With Sadat X and Common's on that song. That's a great album, dude.
Yes, sir.
Great song for whatever. Pharoah Monch, all these guys.
Pharoah Monch, what happened to Pharoah Monch?
Pharoah Monch, man.
Where's Pharoah Monch at?
Man, he gotta get. What are you gonna get his record label stuff?
Man,
that's a guy's
Pharoah Monch,
great MC.
Whatever.
Where you at?
Man, get on the horn. We starting a search party.
Pharoah Monch, man.
Get him up 44 at gmail.com.
Prince Paul is your man from what's the group they were in? Pharoah Monch. Organized Confusion.
Yes.
He needs to get with Prince Paul from Organized Confusion. They did put out on the sneak tip. People may not notice. Prince Paul's been putting out some really quality stuff in the underground lately. But I don't want to digress too much. Great album. So the Sound Bombing 2 album, even early Eminem's on that album.
Oh yes.
Anyman's on that album. That's that.
He killed it.
He murdered the beat. LP's on that album. That's just it's a beat. It's an you know what it is? That's like to get your backpack, you must know that album. You must know your Sound Bombing 2 before you can really get your backpack.
Come to the backpack.
You know what I mean?
temple.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, you cue me up for the last joint.
Okay, but anyway, I skipped over one. My bad.
Okay.
Most Def, Black on Both Sides came out in 2002.
Man, I love that album. He put it to me to this day. It's still Most Def's best album.
Okay,
I think. And Most Def is another guy that's very eclectic. But I mean. Not like I like my MCs like that. I like them different, what I mean. But and I love Most Def because he rhymes to me like he has a cold. That's how he rhymes.
Okay.
But the first time I ever heard Most Def is when he it was on the Stakes Is High album by De La Soul.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And that came out 96. Okay. Now I remember that Most Def when I first saw him, he actually used to do this Deion Sanders commercial before he even MC when he's younger.
Okay.
And he was Deion Sanders goes into this. The commercial goes. Deion Sanders goes into the store to buy some sneakers, and he works there. It might be the Foot Locker commercial or something like that, for all I know. And anyway, I don't want to digress. Great album. He's got production there from DJ Premier, on Mathematics, which is great. The great song that was used with one of these Michael Jordan commercials that was produced by Spike Lee, Umi Says.
My Umi says, shine a light on.
Great. And he sings on that, and he doesn't do a bad job.
Nope, not at all.
In fact, I think Most Def plays every instrument on that song.
Get out of here! I didn't know that.
He plays drums. He's got.
Get out of here! I didn't know he had it like that. Yep, you just dropped some science on me, kid. You just dropped some straight up science on me.
He's that dude, man.
My joint, you know what my joint is?
What's your joint?
Mrs. Fat Booty. That's
I know.
That's my joint. That is my joint on that album. But anyway.
Oh, Brooklyn. You know what it is? The one song I love in that too is he has a song called Brooklyn where he actually spits the same verse 3 times on 3 different beats, but it's one song.
Okay.
Man, and you got to listen to the song. So in other words, all this stuff, man, all required listening. To get your backpacks, you got to know that's to get to finally graduate. Make sure you have all these albums I mentioned. If I didn't mention any of your favorite albums, either I didn't like it, or maybe I simply don't know. I don't know everything. I really don't. You know what I mean? So hit me to something I'm on the list.
Yes, please. Yeah, please be
somewhere I can grow. If you tell me.
Yes, we can all grow. Be a part of the Cipher Society. Hit us up.
That's right.
On kid@muff44 at gmail.com, or hit us up on Facebook at Cipher Crew.
Get at us. We love talking hip hop, man.
Yes.
That's our thing.
Whether it be positive, negative, or whatever, don't forget the Cipher Awards are coming up with the coveted Cyphy. Hit us up. And the indie album of the decade is...
Okay. Indie album of the decade. I have a COA. I have to give it to two people. Okay?
You always do this, man.
I always do this. That's messed up. I know.
Two people. All right, who is it, man? Who is it?
Have to give it to
Okay.
Matt Villaney.
Matt Villaney. Oh, we knew that was coming.
The co-champ for me, The Listening.
Oh, The Listening. Wow.
Yeah, it's wild, man. The Listening, I thought was that joint in Mad Villain. You know what I mean? Because I love that. You know, we talked about Mad Villain. I ain't gonna go into that. Going back to Little Brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's one of the greatest tragedies of the 2000s is that this group broke up for whatever BS they broke up behind. I don't know. You know, although they did make some respectable music. I know that Fonte does some things with Nicolay, who I love also.
Right.
Producer within they've done a foreign exchange, and you know, Matt and Fonte wants to sing. You know, and he's not a bad singer at all. You know what I mean? So he handles his business. But The Listening was that joint, man. At any rate, there we are. You got it from the Cipher. You know how we are. You like, you think we whack, you think we talking crazy. Doug are bringing up some things that I don't know what I'm talking about. Make sure you just let me know. Muff, you know what the hell you talking about. You think you know everything. What about this? What about that? Get at us. Please do.
Please hit us up. Again, one more time. Be a part of the Cipher Society. Hit us up at kidandmuff44@gmail.com. Until next time, just hit us up. Why? Because the Cipher said so, son.
Y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. All right.